welcome to my channel. This video is going to be a little bit different than what I normally do. This is not a design team project. This is just something I wanted to work on for myself, but I am using supplies that I got from Country Craft Creations, so be sure and check out their store. These are the two albums that I just made as my design team project using Cartabella's Halloween paper collection. I do have a walkthrough showcase video on these and a tutorial if you're interested in that. They're on my channel. And I did use the Creative Expressions house-shaped card die to decorate this cover. It's a die that I got last year from Country Craft Creations. There's lots of different house dies and SVG files and things that can be used for projects. But Sally, the creative director of Country Craft Creations, last year made the most adorable little album out of this die. And she says hers is an accordion. I don't know if she used cardstock and then added the patterned paper. She used Prima's Luna. It is so stinking cute. She shared it on Scrapbookers or Country Craft Creations. She doesn't have a YouTube channel and she didn't do a tutorial, though people have been begging her for that. Now, I am not doing a tutorial and I am not copying hers. I'm inspired by hers. And but I kind of wanted to make it freeform junky. And I came across a fun tag accordion album, junk journal type album accordion one by Shabby Sold, and she does a lot of Tim Holtz stuff, and I thought I'm going to see if I can use her folding technique and make one with the little house. So that's what I'm doing. I don't have anything done, so I'll share with some tips and things of what I've done along the way, and then I'll share what it ends up looking like. So right now I have no clue. I am using Prima's Twilight, which is new this year. I'm using the 8x8 pad that I got from Country Craft Creations, so stay tuned for. So I picked out from my scraps of paper this with the pink and the spider webs, the spider. This is the top part, but this is not going to show. It's where the tab thing, hanger thing is. So when I overlay my little house piece, what I did is I went in. I knew that I wanted the spider showing on that background paper and this web, and then I cut out one of the little tiny jack-o'-lanterns and glued him where he would be peeking through the window like that. And then on the back side here, I glued pieces like the eye and the other part of a spider web. Glued all that on. That bat would have been cool too. I'll put him somewhere. Have plenty of that. Then I did the witches from the evidence image here. I did 2 of them in this window, and the ones that are standing here on the side, like we're peeking in at the party. And then I just took a piece from one of the other scraps that kind of had the back of a church door. Because you're not going to really be able to see that much, I just wanted it to be finished. And I'm going to ink the edge of this door here. Okay. So I like how that looks, and this I'm going to go ahead and glue down. Then I'm going to decide what to cut for paper of this, unless I want to leave it craft. I don't know. This is lightweight chipboard. So I'm going to put glue on this, and we're going to glue it together. Then I'll decide what I want to do on the front, because I probably will do some stitching on that. So all my stitching I'm not going to be doing on camera. I'm going to use, instead of my, didn't know if I was supposed to glue that. Instead of my little craft sewing machine, which is slower to use, it's great for small projects. I think I'm going to get my big sewing machine out, because I can sew faster with it. And do some stitching on my pages and then stitch my pockets and things on. So that would be off camera, because I think it just work easier that way. Okay, so that's what the house looks like right now so far, and I will decide some more what I'm going to do. Okay, so I said this is a process video, and this is what's been going on. I have been decorating the little house that will be the front of my cover of my album, a little junk journal. So this was definitely a process. I did some things. I took it off. The first thing I did is I had the dye embossing on the chipboard, and so I used some Firebird Metallic wax that I think I got this from Country Craft Creations last year or the year before. I don't know. Which gave it this little coppery on the edge, but I didn't really like it. It was, I don't know, too harsh looking for me. I don't know. So I cut out some of the pink paper with little webs and things and glued it on the roof without any texture. And then, of course, I used some black soot and some different things. And then I hand cut out, I had the die, but I hand cut out my little window frames, and I did the window frames in black, and then I did the window boxes, I also used Crystal Nouveau glaze in the windows to make it look like it has glass window panes. See that sparkle in there? The little ghost or sequins, because I couldn't find any in this collection. I fussy cut out this little girl and the pumpkin here, and then I used foam stickers from the collection, from this Twilight Prima collection, for the butterfly, the banner, the crow, this little jack-o'-lantern, and this one in the book, and the cauldron that's burning. And these little ghosts here, and with these I fussy cut out. And then they have little foam stars, and the other stars I put some of the glossy crystal glaze on there. And then I, of course, added all the trim. I've got this light pink tulle and some white cheesecloth that I really stretched and tattered. I just want little bits of it in this pink cord bow with a button spider. I did some of the tulle and this gauze up here. I did some fabric tattering piece up here, and this orange pom-pom trim that's from Country Craft Creations, as well as this black loopy that I originally got from there. And this is a foam sticker spider. And the 31 is also, and then I used a little orange flat back enamel dot to make my doorknob. And this pops open, but you can't see in there anymore because there's some witches back there. If you really looked, you could see them in there, but the way I've got it fixed, you can't really look at it like that. So I'm happy with it. I didn't do any stitching on this because of the different layers, but I did take a fine tip pen, illustration pen, and I did little faux stitching around the roof and part of the house just to give it that look. So letting everything dry, put a little glossy crystal glaze on my spider to make him sparkly. I did the door in just a solid black, and I guess that's all. See, I've got witches back there peeking through the window. I have a little spider in there, put the jack-o'-lantern in front. I have an eyeball looking through there. Under this one, there's just spider webs. And spider webs in this one, and I added the jack-o'-lantern and the ghost. There was a little jack-o'-lantern peeking out, but he didn't show very well, so I added one. So I'm liking how that looks. Of course, the back is all got tape and stuff on it until I glue this other one on it, which would be a solid piece, and then I will put pattern paper on that after I put it in the book. So my next step is I'm definitely going to get the sewing machine out, start stitching on my pages, and add in some pockets and things. I've got lots of scraps here I can use to make pockets. So I think it's turning out really cute. It's different. It's not something I've ever done before, but I think it's fun. Where I've had to refold, I did ink all the misfolds, so it kind of gives it that worn, folded over, kind of a weird, I may put tape on here. I like to put faux tape, and let me show you how to do that. I'm going to stitch that. So I just take some real Scotch tape, I'm going to tape it right there over that. And then I take my ink, distress ink, and ink over that tape to kind of make it look like it's old tape. So you can see, if you look at it close, you can see, oh, that's taped, but it's kind of get that old look to it. And you can even peel it back some and have some of it tattered like that. But anyway, that's how you do faux old tape. Make it look real. All right, so I'm going to keep working on it and do some stitching now. Oop, and let my little cover finish drying with my little windows and everything. I have finished this little album that I created out of the Prima Twilight paper collection. I finished it while I was on vacation. We go annually to Matagorda, which is on the Texas coast. My husband goes fishing, some of the other guys, and we take our camper. And so I spent my time in the camper with my niece while she did some quilting to work on, finish up and work on some projects. So I finished this one. I didn't have a camera with me to be able to show you what I did. But anyway, this, again, I'll repeat, I was inspired to create this little house, haunted house album based on what I saw of Sally's last year. Hers was done a little different. Hers was accordion, but my pages are different. But we use the same die. So Sally from Country Craft Creations, she's the creative director. She doesn't do tutorials, but she did do a fabulous little Halloween album that was so cute, and so I really wanted one of my own. And then my design of the album, the accordion pages that I did, are inspired by Susie of Shabby Soul, who designs or does a lot of Tim Holtz creations. And so I really like the design of her accordion album. She did it with a tag, and so I thought, well, that would work for the little haunted house. So I'm going to go through this, show you what I've done, and maybe inspire you to create something similar for yourself. So here on the front, I did show you earlier the different things I have. I changed the pink out. I had done pink, but I went with white, a little larger. I hand cut my windowsills. I do have the die for that. I added the twine and the spiders and all these different fussy cut elements, and I did use some of the Nouveau crystal glaze on some of the items to kind of give it that little glaze in the windows. I really like how that shows up. You can see the shine on that. So on this one, the accordion pages stick out beyond the cover on the front and the back, and then of course some of it sticks out the bottom. And so we're going to open it from this side. So when you flip it open, and I went through, this is a paper flower out of scraps, out of circles of scraps torn into circles, and some of the flowers from the collection by Prima. Added some different things like torn, I think this is a tag, it's been a while. Okay, yeah, torn pieces of paper for tag with some of the flat back pearls from the collection. Added some things across the fold. I did do stitching on my pockets, so you see the back side here. Added some of the ephemera. This is a tag in here, which is just folded up piece of paper to kind of make a long skinny tag with the jack-o'-lantern on the top. Then you turn it this way. So you see the stitching here on the pockets. We have a double tag here on the bottom. It just is a decorative piece. We have the pockets here with the raven, spiders. Love all the different elements that you can get with this collection. If you hadn't had a chance to get it, I don't know if you still can or not, but it is so wonderful. Maybe you have Luna from last year. It would be cute in this project, this kind of project as well. So we have, I just tucked one of the ephemera pieces, the little girl witch, in the top of this pocket, which I made out of a tag shape. Some zigzag stitching. Here we have a belly band with the witch. I added a star, the raven music. And as you can see, the papers are just torn and inked in a zigzagged, can't talk, across the top here of this belly band. This is another pocket, straight stitch and zigzag. I love how that looks. I did use my big machine on this one to get my sewing faster, switching back and forth from my stitches. Here's another folded up tag. And I just added, where I had some of the splits where I had put the Scotch tape or gift wrap tape and inked it, I did put pieces of paper because I wanted to reinforce those places where I had the wrong folds and things like that. And sometimes I did that on the actual fold. This one flips this way. So I love this witch tea party. I tattered it. I love the sprinkles on it. I folded it up. I just wanted it to look kind of old. Here's your stitching of the pocket from the other side. Added this cute little witch here. So this collection is so much fun. I did order and purchase this from Country Craft Creations. You can check and see. Maybe some of the single sheets are still available. That's what I bought with single sheets. I made a little short tag here. This is another piece of a tag stitched on. We have another belly band. I used some sewing thread on this tag, a butterfly, and just added these two flat backs together back to back to make this little jewel piece. That sticks in like that. Foam stickers. I love the pink spiders. I just think those are so pretty. Like that. So there's the back. I put 31 back here. And then you flip it to this side so you can see all the fun stuff on this direction. We have a little booklet I made just out of scraps of the torn paper. This one here, I need to put something on the back of it. I haven't done that. Flip it around just for this. For now, that's the raven. So I need to put pattern paper on the back of that. If you don't like the white, you need to, ink it or, yeah, that's what I could do. Let me do that really quick. Let me find an ink color that I want. I don't have my big one handy. So let's do the vintage photo. Let me grab a brush really quick. And so what I do, if I don't want the white back showing a whole lot, I just ink it. And then I can use this for a photo or to journal on, but I want it to be, weathered looking like the other pieces. And so instead of adding pattern paper, I just ink it. I need a mat under there, but that's okay. I'll just hold it up in the air. So I'm going to leave this here in case I need it again. And now when I stick this back into the pocket, where it goes on that opposite side, sticking out like that, it's not glaring white. And you can kind of fold it if you want. Get that line on there. Kind of age it up. So that's how you do that. This is too white. Just put some ink on this too. I'm never finished with a junk journal. I added a flower here from the Prima collection chipboard piece. I did a flap. This is a flap page added in with a scrap of paper that I stitched on. This is a little booklet thing here that's tied on. Got a tag in here. Just like that. I doubled it. I put two together for that. More zigzagging. More of the enamel dots. Pink spider, black spider. The raven. I love the butterflies in this collection with that. So a little stitching here. Another pocket with a zigzag stitch. Added a spider to this ephemera piece. Another flower here, a butterfly, and a little row. This is a chipboard jack-o'-lantern, and these are the little puffy stickers. They are so cute. So I love doing the stitching like this in a junk journal like this. I just think it turned out really cute. So I didn't stitch on any of the pages. I stitched on anywhere I had a pocket or tuck spot. So like in this tuck spot, I just tucked in some of the pumpkin ephemera pieces because they're just so stinking cute like that. Big butterfly. I love this ephemera piece here. I did ink the back edges of this one. I'm going to add a little more to the back just to give it that coloring. It doesn't show, but I want it to be old. Foam sticker, a button, the spider on a chipboard. This is a piece from the the black thread I was using, the embroidery thread. It's just this J&P Coats. It's black. I thought, hey, I'm going to just tuck that in. More of the enamel dots. Another little fun tuck spot here. And I think this is a tag. Kind of got stuck in there. And we're going to leave that one in there. And then here we have the back side. So that's my little haunted house junk journal. I hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit of the process of how I made that. This is not a design team project, so I will not be sharing it on Scrapbookers because I didn't make it as a design team. I did use product from Country Craft Creations, but like I said, I was inspired also by Susie of Shabby Soul and, of course, Sally from Country Craft Creations. So thanks, everyone, for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Click the bell when you subscribe if you haven't already, so you'll be notified. And even though this isn't for Country Craft Creations, I'm going to say it anyway. Find your scrapbooking supplies like this collection at countrycraftcreations.com. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.